What's the worst way to respond to an "I love you"? That's a personal problem. I'm only 9. My mom used to say that too. I've responded with a slow, "Oh. Oh no. Oh no. No." And hadn't started explaining myself before the tears were flowing. Teenage me was not self-aware. So when I was about 12 to 13, I played a lot of Xbox. I was part of a group of friends on there and we all played a lot. One of the friends I played with was a girl, and I got along great with her just as I did with everyone else in this group. One day, she says, "I think I'm in love with you." Now, 12-year-old me was shook when she said this and did not know how to handle this properly. So the conversation went as, "I think I'm in love with you, I'm gay, wait, really? Wow, I didn't know, no, I was just joking, ha ha ha." I'm not sure if it's the worst, but it's a pretty good example of what not to do. Don't. Quote, "See you in chemistry," followed by a door slam to the face. "I'm hungry, let's get something to eat." Quote, "I love YouTube." Sir, this is a McDonald's. Finger guns. Had someone stand up and physically move away like 5 seats and pull a hood over his head when I was in middle school. Does that count? Also, he dated my beast friend not long after. "I love your sister." EU. Quote, "If someone says they like you, or love you, you know what they mean. Don't say, 'I like you, love you' as a friend. It's no comfort, I promise, it's like an arrow to the heart, wrapped in a fluffy pillow. Say you appreciate it, but you don't feel the same way. Stab fast, and thoroughly. Let it bleed, and leave it there." K. Mongolian throat singing. Neat. Thank you. Quote, "And I love spending time with you," and #X200B, edit, "Holy garbage, this exploded. Thank you for the silver, kind stranger. New phone, who dis? Oh. That's nice. Pat on head then wander off. I love. Cake. Oh no." I had that response once. It came from deep inside me and I had no control over my mouth. I did feel awful for saying it, but his declaration was made after only 2 dates. Closing parenthesis. My 8-year-old daughter once responded to my wife, "I wish I could say the same." Edit, "Thank you for all the medals. I feel like Captain Roberts over here." Edit 2, "My wife is my daughter's mother." Edit 3, "My daughter is a sweetheart that got very upset over something my wife said no to. She's not permanently like this." I had a male friend of mine look me in the eyes and say he loved me out of nowhere. My response was an awkward snort laugh followed by silence. Why? Awesome sauce. I know, Han Solo. I was dating this girl in my early 20s. I still feel horrible about it to this very day. She came with me to my hockey game. It was Valentine's Day. I played my game, but unfortunately got angry during the game. I eventually, and deservedly so, got kicked out of the game. I was still hoppin' mad about it when walking out of the rink. I walk out to my car and she surprised me with my car shoe polished with "Happy Valentine's Day" and "I love you" and hearts and garbage. I got pissed and told her to clean the shoe polish off and that it was going to take hours to remove. I don't like surprises and I really hurt her feelings. I still feel like the biggest slong for acting that way 20+ years later. I had no idea she felt that way about me and I completely fluffed any chance of a relationship with her after that. My loss. She was a great girl. Shut up baby, I know it. Quote, "No thank you. Thanks, but I was really hoping to use you to get closer to your sister so I could bang her." Quote, "You didn't say it like you mean it." My ex said that to me more than once, totally broke my heart. Guess she wanted it more romantic. This complicates things. Actual thing I said to a college boyfriend after too many margaritas on Valentine's Day weekend many years ago. Edit, formatting. Laughs, terrible decision really. I love Amelia. Noted. Please get out of my house. Edit, lol, I didn't think this would get that many upvotes. Thanks guys, lol. I love you too, pause, but as a friend, pause, my best friend. I love you too. Wow, really? Yep, they're my favorite band. Wow, you are evil. Haha, just kidding. They're not my favorite band. Quote, "Oh, well. That's nice. I mean, sure, I'm a great person to love. I'm just, like, so lovable in every single way. Still, not many people seem to understand that, so it's particularly impressive that you've managed to view me for the undeniably appealing person that I am. What was it that finally pushed you over the edge? Was it the fact that I name my farts after you? Was it the caring manner in which I spread those naked pictures of you all over the internet? I mean, I'm pretty great, so I'm sure it will be hard to pick just one detail that made you decide to love me. I love you, too, by the way. And now I'll never let you out of my sight. Scene. I love Amelia. Me too, high five. Slong ain't gonna suck itself. The worst one I've personally gotten was, are you sure that's not just reactionary? From my current partner of 14 years and mother to my child. TLDR, with an emoji. I just got out of a relationship last month. I really loved the girl and we were together for a while before she needed to move back home. We were trying long distance and honestly I thought we were going to be okay. Both of us seemed dedicated to the idea of a future together. I wasn't looking for a ring or anything like that, but we had discussed living together. She had been back home for a month and everything was solid. We still talked daily and kept each other in the loop. One night she hits me with, "I'm not ready to live together." It came out of left field and I told her that I was upset and that instead of saying something I regret I was going to bed. She didn't like that. I tried to see things her way and I apologized for not being on board with her line of thinking at first. But I think she made up her mind then and there, but just didn't want to be the bad guy. Conversations would feel forced. It was sickening. Just because you're so used to sharing everything with a person and now they don't even have the time of day to joke around with you. But I tried to give her some distance and just limit my messages to a few a day, not trying to overwhelm her. When we would say goodnight, I would say, "I love you." And she would send back the kissing emoji. When someone you love is only able to answer your message back with an emoji, I think it means it's over. Okay, why? I like someone else. Why though? Did you know the capital of Ethiopia is Addis Ababa? Not that I'm trying to change the subject. Me, I love you. Ex-boyfriend, I don't know if I can ever love you. The only girl I've ever loved is my best friend. For context, he and I had been dating several months. He dated her for 2 weeks a couple years before. That was 20 years ago and still makes me cringe. Really? I don't. My friend actually said this to someone and it's hilarious but sad. No response. Send nudes. Red 305. My boyfriend said it to me way too early. I sent him the reverse Uno card. A week later I finally told him, "I really love you." This absolute genius goes, "I don't even trust you." Had a girl I was dating for a couple months tell me she loved me immediately after I dumped her. I had just found out she had screwed her ex-fiancé a few times when I first started dating her. But when she said she loved me, I knew it was only to keep me on the hook, and just as she said, "Well? Don't you have anything to say?" I had an epiphany. So I replied to her, "I am in love. I'm in love with Juliet." Juliet was my best friend of 3 years. So I got in my car, drove 30 miles in a torrential downpour to Juliet's college, and started walking to her dorm building and we met when she came running across campus from her class. As we were being drenched by the rain we locked eyes from about 10 feet apart, then as I was about to say that I was in love with her she rushed me, we embraced and kissed for the first time. It was absolutely magical, like out of some romance movie. After a few months as intense lovers, she went away for the summer and came back a coked-up junkie that I barely recognized, and our time was over. My ex said, "I love you," to me in a panic and said, "That's actually tragic." It was awkward. What are you doing, stepbro? I love me too. Okay, so funny story, when my ex-girlfriend first told me she loved me, I looked at her so shocked and said, "Are you sure?" I wasn't really thinking at the time and she was also my first girlfriend so I didn't really know how to respond. She mentioned earlier that she didn't like how people threw the word love around so easily, so I figured it would take her a little longer to finally say it. After I said that she was like, yes I'm sure, and she started laughing and I was like, "I love you too." I was just caught off guard. We had a good laugh over it. Now I've responded to this with, "Are you sure?" To say the woman in question was unimpressed is an understatement. I very nearly fluffed up my relationship because of it. Oh. Wow. Okie dokie. Not exactly the question, but the worst follow-up I've got from being told I love you was I also slept with someone else, so that was cool rip. I just got my 23andMe results and it turns out we are related. Your 1 hour is up, that'll be $200. I love lamp. Will you hurry up? I unplugged the respirator 20 freaking minutes ago. I love you too Nia, and all you guys. Yeet. Scene. Go fluff yourself. College boyfriend, confused, no you don't. Current boyfriend, laughs, you don't love me, just the slong. Quote.